he will give his soul experience and everything that he has accumulated through the incarnations of other souls that have become one with him back to these 72. And he will end his ability to forever act within time and space as a soul, as an angel. And you may say, well, he's not dying because he's becoming one with Ben. That is not a truth. Ben sees herself, has her own personality. In fact, I've been told that the soul of Ben that has millions. Right now I was told there are, in the groups that are incarnating under the oversoul of Ben, at least 44 million people on the earth at this time in the year 2008, 2009, that will eventually all merge back into their higher selves, and those higher selves will eventually merge back into Ben. Ben is a female. Male sees himself as male. David sees himself as male. He has chosen that personality for himself after his first incarnation. But when David merges all of that he has experienced through his own experiences in the higher realms and his one incarnation here firsthand, and the incarnations he has sent down here after him that have merged with him, he will see himself as Ben, but he will not see himself at all. He has just created a chain, a fragment collected within his self, a fragment of other souls who have been created and died, and have all of their memories stored in David's higher self. David then gives it to Ben, and David is now dead. Now, there is no corpse, but David is dead, because now David can never forever act within time and space as an individual, and forever evolve. Now it is only Ben that partakes of the tree of life. And that is why these 72 gods, so-called gods, they call themselves gods, and they have it in all the cultures. That is why they are the only ones to experience eternal life. Yet they are not different from those that they have created. Every soul that is ever created by one of these oversouls is an offspring of the self within time and space, and should be allowed and not barred from the tree of life, and should be able to forever act like those oversouls. But they tell us we are less. They can only carry out this whole entire scheme of lying and beguiling souls to do for them what they do not want to do for themselves but have the knowledge of, by telling us we are less, and setting up a hierarchy or a system in the lower realms of the astral, where we perpetuate that lie. It is a lie. And the hundreds of billions of other angels, there are only 72 out of the hundreds of billions of angels that forever live within the self that have done this. And they are looked down upon because they are creating other souls within time and space and teaching those other souls to do the same thing, telling them that they must embody their offspring into lower realms and then draw them back into their essence, and then someday those higher souls will be drawn back into these 72. They are creating other souls within time and space and not giving it the same eternal life that those 72 have been given by other angels that created them within time and space. And that is why I term them as fallen angels. And in the process of this, now we have perceptions of death and suffering, not just on the planet Earth. I have been told that in Pleiades, in the Pleiades system, there is a planet where one of the groups comes from. The 72 have 4 groups, and I've talked about this in my other videos. And Andromeda has another group that comes from Andromeda. And the 22 souls of the Kabbalistic group that came up with the Kabbalah, the 22 of them joined the other 50, and now there are the 72 names of God. Excuse me. These oversouls are creating perceptions of suffering and death within the one self that we all share, because they are doing to the self what they do not want to have done to their own self. No soul desires to suffer, nor die. That is why the 72 neither suffer nor die firsthand. Eastern mystics, and from all the texts, from the Bhagavad Gita to the Tao Te Ching to the teachings of Buddha, and also the teachings of Gnostic Christianity and all of these ancient traditions, Sufism, shamanism, they speak about transcending the state of duality. But the thing is, they make it appear as if in order to know the primal self, you must give up that which you are within duality. And again, I wanted to say that you do not have to do that, because you are both sides of the coin simultaneously. Once you are brought into time and space and your soul is created, it is created out of that which comprises all things. It is created out of that which is non-dual. And it cannot be created out of anything else, and it cannot be sustained by anything else. So within duality, you are the non-dual at the same time. And they will say, well, in order to return to the conscious state of knowing yourself as a non-dual, you must give yourself up within duality, to the higher self, to the oversoul, to that which formed you within time and space. Your soul was created within time and space from that which was already within time and space, another soul. But you do not have to do that, because the essence of what you are is with you all the time, within time and space. And the yogis know this as well, because in the state of samadhi, or the state of meditation, they do transcend their awareness to the state of the non-dual. It is a state of selflessness, of oneself that is selfless because it is oneself, a state of perfect peace and harmony, of knowing yourself as all things. But yet, then they return back to the state of duality after their meditation is over. So they are able to experience themselves within duality and as the one self beyond, without permanently having to give that state of duality up. So to have the objective of your soul's evolution within time and space to be solely just to give up who you are within time and space, to know yourself again as the one, you are only seeing part of what you are within time and space. You are always the one. Regardless of where you are within the dream essence of time and space, you are the dream essence itself. You are the force that flows through all things, and you are that which is within all things. You are both simultaneously at all moments. And so if you want to compare it to a fractal, in the holographic universe, David Bohm presents eloquently what quantum physicists have found out, that everything is like a fractal, like a hologram. The essence that flows through all things is within all things. And every time all things within time and space, or any component, any soul, anything changes within that essence, the essence itself changes. And that essence again flows through the souls and comprises the souls and everything within time and space. It's continuously evolving. And when you give yourself up, let's say that after your embodiment, that your sole objective, your entire objective is you want to return to the state of what they call nirvana, samadhi, and have that be who you permanently are again in your knowing. You could have had that anyways within time and space, because you're made of the same essence. But to permanently give yourself up to that is like the line in a fractal coming to an end and ending within another line. The line that maybe it had come from before within the fractal. Fractals don't have to be designed that way. The matrix of the universe can be designed in such a way where the fabric of time and space can be composed of endless points of perceptions within it that never end, and that are continuously perceiving and creating and giving to the essence that flows through all things those perceptions and creations that then again flow through all parts of time and space. No line, no soul, no part of duality needs to end in order to return its knowing to the one self. It can shift its awareness there. And in Hebrew culture and in the Kabbalah and mystic writings of the Hebrew culture, they say the soul that knows itself within time and space and beyond time and space simultaneously. That which is the perceiver and the perceived within time and space, and also the one that flows through all things, and knows itself as both, equally in balance and harmony, knows both sides of the proverbial coin as who it is in a state of what they call makaba. You are in a state of being